then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome, one and all. My name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder First Edition Reign of Winter. Joining me today are my wonderful and amazing Patreons who have come here to hang out, play adventures, and go on epic quests. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, folks at home.
Yeah. If you are wondering why you are getting late night Dag voice, which of course is the sultry sounds of Dag's smooth voice, that is because Dag is currently in Europe, in Germany, currently, in the beautiful town of Mordfelden-Waldorf. Where I am staying with a few of my friends who are streamers and content creators from Orkenspalta TV. If you have a chance to, they're actually going to be playing the new D&D 2024 game later on today. Let's see, what time is it? It is 3. So like an hour, like almost an hour after our stream. But that's only if you speak German. If you don't speak German, however, I believe our friend Marcus, the storyteller, who is in chat with us today, will also be conducting a stream as well. If you haven't checked out our Discord, go follow it, because that is where all details shall be posted and direct people towards the various streams that are going on. Cool. Now, before we begin, of course, we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors who allow us to do all the cool, crazy, kooky, and wacky things that we do here on the Dead Other Gamer channel, starting with none other than Hero Forge for the wonderful art you see on stream here, including the lovely Dag avatar that you can see on screen as well. We'd also like to take a moment to thank Fantasy Grounds and Sirenscape, both of which I normally do use in order to run my games, but alas, while abroad, we are giving them a bit of a break. But I want to give them the shout out because honestly, they are such amazing tools and provide so much cool stuff. Oh, and before I forget, definitely give Hero Forge a check out during this month of October, because there is a ton of cool new Halloween horror-based stuff, which is just going off the charts. If you're part of any of the creative communities, they've been making a ton of really wacky, fun, and amazing things using the new kit bashing that is available for Hero Forge. So yeah, go check those out. Then we have, of course, after that, what do we do? Introduce the players. That's what I should do. Because, of course, guys, every good game is built and falls based on the adventurers that take part in the adventure. And I cannot tell you enough how much I enjoy playing with these lovely and amazing folk, and their characters are just to die for. So, to introduce themselves and the characters they're playing, I'm going to turn the ball over to them, starting with our dear friend, Calindria.
Hello, everyone. Kalindra here. I play Kyrie, the Rat Folk Slayer. She is a former assassin, a current White Rider, and probably presumed dead back in her home, where she started this adventure as a student trying to graduate. I like to call it an adventuring academy.
Hello, I am Lucas. I play Bectrin. He is a dwarf brawler who has, I think, finally at this point, sort of gotten used to this quirky band of misfits that he's fallen in with. It's generally life threatening from day to day, minute to minute. But yeah, I think he's sort of found his groove with them and is used to it at this point. So he's just kind of going along with it now.
And I'm Marcus. I'm playing Mistwin, the Duskwalker dual cursed oracle, formerly an elf who was also a student of the Cinderfang Academy with Kyrie and Cromwell. Died in the Pale Tower after pissing off a white dragon. Has since returned to help the party secure the Baba Yaga's safe return, so she can actually not be in purgatory for eternity for spiting the goddess of death.
Hello, I'm Neil from Immersion Diversion, and I play Makar. He is an Asimar Magus with a bow. Traveling on by his side is Scratch, the now current Black Rider. and Makar is helping out the party at the behest of some red. What are they? Red caps. Basically cursing him, forcing him to help out with this. But I've been able to. Whoops. Oh, alright. I've been able to I mean, I've tried to diplomat. I'm not too great at it, so but he's trying.
And hi, I'm Broom Brassax, and I play the character Real November. And originally, Real, at the party knew, Real was out to get his namesake recipe back, the Never Ember Ale. But things took a twist, and Real has been a bad boy. So yeah,
Yep.
he's he's done a few things,
Wow.
and that he's not exactly proud of, and so he's trying to recompense, essentially.
Yes, and I'm. Yes, Cromwell the monk, and set out from his homelands in search of knowledge and martial prowess. Joined a motley gang of guys and girls in the Adventurers Guild. Set out saving puppies and bargaining people down because he's just great at bargaining. And then ended up going, you know what we should do? Save the world. And I've been trying to do that ever since. So far, I mean, you could say pretty successfully in that he's alive at least.
Hey, at least this will look good on your guys' resume.
Yes, it should mean that we have one by the end of it.
Yeah.
And is
That's
now a servant of the Baba Yaga for as long as the Baba Yaga exists, anyway. And has never been quite sure whether reinstating the Baba Yaga is actually the right thing to do or not.
You've been permanently employed.
Now here's a question: how mad would you guys be if, like, all of a sudden at the end of this entire adventure, it was like the danger room scenario? You all get thrown back to level 1, and this was all just a trial for Kyrie and Cromwell.
We never existed. We just
that'd be great. This whole thing ends with our graduation ceremony.
Wow.
Yeah, and you guys are all level 1, and you're just sitting there traumatized, like, I killed so many people.
I died.
I lost friends
multiple times.
How did I get into the school?
Wait, that
was never here.
Jack would still be alive.
Oh yeah, he was still.
No, sadly, Grax was part of a electrical disturbance, and he died. Like,
Grax actually did die.
He was a part of the system.
That's why he was dead in all versions. Because
Except Kyrie fails because she still didn't get the goddamn dog.
That's right.
Yeah. Actually, this whole scenario happened because you didn't save the dog, and it's like, guys, we only programmed it to like get you guys to find a lost dog. What the fuck happened?
Guys, like, guys, I don't feel well.
I mean, at one point or another, you had the dog, and then you just lost it.
I mean, no one in the history, like we're talking centuries, has ever accepted a quest of endless winter from unknown strangers to jump through a portal into another realm. That's just insane.
Are you crazy? You were level 3, and it was being guarded by a troll. Like,
Why would you gone for help?
We should have gone for help.
You were
how would you explain the teacher?
The fail-safes were doing nothing. You literally got avalanched on to tell you shouldn't go any further.
3 times. There was.
At some point or another, a virus manifested as a giant purple worm that started eating the program. Anyway.
Oh my god, I love this.
And we only had the literal incarnation of Aristo's sacred deer just appear out of fucking nowhere at level 3.
Yeah, there are
Look,
worse things.
maybe this could be a final wrap-up session after we're actually done.
All right. So before we continue, guys, we have one last person to thank, and that is, of course, our lovely and amazing audience members who come and hang out with us, chill out, and just have a bit of fun with us. Now, preemptively, I do want to apologize. I cannot read chat while I am overseas, but know that your messages and the like are super important to me. I've encouraged my players to stay active in chat and keep an eye on things, including, of course, a number of ways that we invite you guys to participate in the game as well. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time in order to influence the game, ranging from divine intervention, to give insight to our players, to wandering monsters, bosses, inspiration, tons of cool stuff there. And all you need to do is watch the show to earn channel points. Then, for those of you who are feeling a little bit more generous, you guys may, of course, help put towards the Eurodag Fund, which obviously goes towards helping me pay my bills, make sure everything is tip top in Dag's home while he's away, all of this cool stuff, and get some more tangible rewards. First of all, for $5, you can donate to either get a purple mark from me or a red mark for the player of your choice. These are hero points and jinx points. Jinx points, which are used by me, are used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. Red marks, which belong to the heroes, are hero points that can be used to petition the GM for stuff that isn't in the rules, stave off a killing blow, or roll with advantage. For $10, you can draw from one of two decks of cards that my friend Neil has in front of them. Oh, actually, no, I don't know if you have two. Do you have both? You do have both.
Yep, I do have both right here.
There you go. A deck of heroic actions, where a player of your choice will get a heroic action, which is a free power that they can use at any point in time that also serves as a hero point. The second deck is a deck of plot twists. These are just random story prompts that help me encourage to just keep the story wild and active. So yes, if you want to spice things up, you can draw from the plot twist deck, and yeah, do a plot twist. For $20, you can give someone the coveted golden natural 20, because sometimes shit just needs to work, and we need a nat 20, and that's what it represents. For $50, you can donate to give a magic item to a player of your choosing. This item can be a homebrew item of your design, a item you would like me to design, or a item from the player of your choice's wish list. These are amazing and honestly have helped so many times on our players' adventures throughout the game. But equally as much as the $50 tier has been helpful, it has also been so detrimental, as the other use of a $50 donation is a boss buff, where you can increase the difficulty of a challenge, make a boss more difficult, make the situation more dire, up the ante, increase the risk. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff that can happen there. So yeah, all available, if you wish to donate. And lastly, we have our $100 secret menu item. The secret menu item is a $100 donation that goes a very, very far away in regards to, like playing the game and doing stuff, and something that changes the scope of the game in its entirety. Last couple of weeks actually, we've had the proficiency buff, which is for $100. You can give proficiency in any modern technology to to the group as a whole. This week, however, we do have something a little bit more meaty. Now, our heroes are currently running away from the dreaded purple worm, which obviously chased our heroes through no man's land and into the prison that they find themselves in. Don't worry, we'll explain more later. In this prison, they will find a number of Russian soldiers, including, of course, the undead versions of Russian soldiers. Something that they've maybe noticed, probably not though, as there are a number of Cossacks which are running around in the no man's land, who don't look very healthy. But more on that later. Anywho, our heroes will encounter a necromancer. This necromancer will provide them with a myriad of advantages, boosts, and help in regards to dealing with the undead that reside within the within the prison camp. You, as a donator, will get to decide on this necromancer's personality, their name, and their disposition to the group. While they do have the ability to help our group, that doesn't necessarily mean that's what they're going to do. So if you make them abrasive and an antagonist, maybe their actual goal is to sneak out of the prison while they use the players as bait. If they happen to be a friend, then hey, maybe like he's trying to just be all buddy buddy with our heroes. Maybe he is in love with someone. Whatever the relationship with the group, you will decide with the secret menu item. So there you go. Okay, are we good? We there? We done? We have some donations.
Mm-hmm.
We do. We have the third plot twist and 1 hero point for moi from our dear friend Skulai.
Yeah.
Skulai! Thank you
All
so
And then
much.
we have a
sir.
hero
Bloody
point
beautiful
for
legend.
Mr. Makar from TK.
Yeah.
Hey,
TK.
TK. Good to see you.
Yeah.
And
Thank
we have
you
a
so much.
4-month subscription that I just saw from I Love Cookie Mon
Ooh.
Steve is the name. So that's why I said
Cookie Mon! Hi, Cookie Mon. How are you? I hope you're doing well. It's been a while. I miss seeing and reading chat. I wish I could, but I can't because I'm on my phone. But I miss you. I hope you're well. I hope everything in your life is coming up aces. That's the phrase, the Aussieism that you get for today. I hope everything's coming up ace. Good, done.
Yeah. All right. Third
Okay.
plot twist. 1, 2, 3. Erratic behavior. Oops.
Erratic behavior.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty normal.
Yeah, all right. I got it. I know what I'm going to do with that one. Okay. So, without any further ado, let us return back, not to the world of Galarian, but to a all too familiar Earth, our Earth. Amidst the Russian frontier, our heroes find themselves in a vehicle racing against the snow and the dirt of the Badlands, the No Man Land, in front of the prison known as Akusavaya. Nope, I said that wrong. Let's try that again. Akuv Sakaya. Sakaya. Yeah, that's it. Akuv Sakaya. Akuv Sakaya. This prison, of course, is supposed to house none other than the mad monk Rasputin, which our heroes are trying to find in order to confront so that they can free the Baba Yaga, return her back to their home realm, and have the Baba Yaga depose the evil queen that is trying to wrap the entire of Galarian in a blanket of snow and winter. After encountering these strange and bizarre people from a far and distant land, our heroes have managed to sequester themselves a vehicle. There's this strange 4-legged iron chariot with no horse to pull it. Surges forth as an old nemesis chases behind. A large purple worm that consumes all within its path has chased and weaved its way through no man's land, where armored tanks and horsemen now move to intercept it as our heroes make their way to the safety of the prison camp itself. Now, inside the actual car itself, are our entire group, but I would like to have the group remind our audience and the GM which ones of you are invisible and which ones of you are in some kind of uniform.
Reels in nothing. Neither of those.
Yeah, you just
Mhm.
became unfrozen.
Mhm.
I had landed, no longer flying in it, so I think I put on an outfit.
Okay.
Kyrie is in a uniform with the material is tightly it's covering as much of her face as possible
You
on
had a
account of
gas
being
mask
a
you have
rat
you have
person.
you have
Oh,
gas
gas mask.
mask.
You are correct. Yes, sorry.
Yep.
On account of being a rat person.
Mhm.
Romwell is
I
in
feel
a
like someone
uniform.
was invisible though.
I
Cromwell
was
was.
at start. It's probably worn off by now, I imagine.
Okay.
How long did that last, Makar? A minute?
It's like a minute
20,
per
20.
level or something.
So 12 minutes?
I
think you said it was about
Yep, cool.
I can't remember now.
one
10-minute trial
round
or
a
something.
level, so 12 rounds.
Okay, so
Yeah, it would be
what
2
I'm
minutes.
hearing is that
Right.
what I'm hearing is that Bectrin and Mistwin are not in uniform. Oh, sorry, Bectrin, Mistwin, and Rill are not in uniform.
Vectrin would be. I was waiting for everyone else to finish talking.
Okay. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, so Mistwin and Rill are not in uniform.
Is Miss
Yeah,
Wynn
I
here?
wasn't here, so I.
Okay.
Would we have enough
Okay.
outfits for him?
No, remember there were only 4
we found
people
4.
in the. Yeah,
It was
there were
because I
only 4
rolled
people.
like a
Yeah.
98% chance and then a
Oh,
4
yeah.
on D4.
True.
Okay. Now, Mistwin and Rill, the both of you are in the back of this wagon, which has a large canvas over the top of it, concealing the back from the people as you approach. In the front seat, I believe, Bectrin, you are driving, with Cromwell in the passenger seat.
Yep.
And behind that is, of course, Makar and Kyrie. As you pull up to the large gates, the watchtowers are ablaze with fire and fury as gunshots begin to just unleash upon the giant worm that is over the Badlands. Now, it is the middle of the night, so spotlights are also on this giant worm. Alarms are being sounded, and you can hear just these roaring, just alarm everywhere. A rain of gun shells continue to fall down upon you as the gates are opened by the front guard. They do not open the gate very much, only barely enough for you to get in before they slam it shut again. You also hear the sounds of the fences electrifying. You recognize it as the sound of like lightning bolts or electricity magic just going across the fence line there. Um, as you are making your way forward, you can see that the road in front of you veers to a number of different directions. One that goes ahead to another gate where there are 2 more people waiting to open the gate for you, but also a small amount of these burnt down and dilapidated civilian buildings, most likely like a farm or some sort of livestock stable in this front section of the prison. Bectrin, tell me where you would like to go.
That's a good question. I have no idea where we want to go. He would, because he has no idea.
Mhm.
So
It looks
Well,
like,
as I
looks like
mentioned,
they're
there are.
waiting to open the gate for us.
well, yeah, we'll pull through the gate once it's open for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we
as you
went through the
approach-
first gate.
He's talking about the second gate.
Yeah. If they're going to open it for us, I'm going to pull through there
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you
because we
get
know we need to
closer
get in, and we're still on the periphery here, so I know we need to get in further.
Yeah.
Yep. As you get closer to the gate, sure enough, they open the gate. One of the guards looks in and sees the 2 of you. He kind of stands up and he doesn't do anything weird, but he kind of sees Bectrin, who's quite short. Like he's just like, and begins speaking in Russian. What is going on? What is all the commotion?
We got attacked. Some giant monstrous thing. I don't know what the heck it was.
Giant monster! Botcha moi! Oh, this is what we get for working for the mad monk. All this supernatural stuff is not good for the heart. Okay, quick, you come in. Get your truck to carpool and then get up on the wall.
Sure thing.
He then flags you in, and again, looking around, you do not see very far away from you is a small shed with more of those like large, giant tanks and vehicles. These ones are not active. These ones are just, chilling out. Actually, you know what? At this point, probably the 2 tanks that are there are being like loaded up, like so you can see them putting these massive gun shells in the actual thing as they're preparing to send them on their way.
We got to get one of those things before we get out of here.
They do look cozy.
Okay. But yeah, no
Is
one really
it
seems to pay you too much mind.
is it loud enough with me being in the back here to be able to heal everyone? Well, I probably won't be able to get the two in the front, would I? With the
No,
channel
all
energy.
4 of them. So all 4 of them are in a different carriage to you, so you wouldn't be able to know.
Oh, okay. I'll just try and peer out through like one of the little flaps.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Excellent. Here we go. Finding ability. Here we go. -3. It is
You
a
can do it.
6 -3 is 3.
It's not 0.
Yep, 3 hero points.
Eh,
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
maybe.
All right,
You can't succeed at everything.
As we're driving away, he peeks through.
All right. Well, I've rolled a 3, so let's find out what these guys are made of.
Last time you said they all had like
Russian.
plus 15 or something.
Yeah, I feel that way. Okay, Russian, but these are just regular soldiers, and they're distracted, so they take a -10.
Okay.
So page 19 is where I can find those. There we go.
I guess it's also nighttime and noisy.
Exactly. So with a -10, they get a 0.
Yay.
You beat them.
You did.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So yes.
With the 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, again, like I said, they're currently very, very preoccupied. Putting together the guns to get them out on the walls. There's the alarms. There's the sirens. No one's paying attention to a tiny flap in the back of a truck.
Okay.
So as you look around, as I mentioned, you see 2 of these large, heavy. Basically, they are effectively tanks that have now started to roll out. You can see some soldiers just yelling out, stuff as they're heading that way. No one's really paying attention to your cart because your cart's the basically transport corpse wagon. So no one really needs it. And you can hear just everyone is like moving around inside the carpool. There's nothing, or the motor pool. Sorry, inside the motor pool. There's not much activity outside of a handful of soldiers who aren't paying attention. But outside, like directly outside, you hear a ton of commotion.
So I can't see anything. Well, everything is out of the ordinary, and I have no idea where we are. So my question would probably be: I know that we're here to find Rasputin.
Sorry, I immediately went to like an old throwback of Real waking up, looking around, and going, "What's all this then?"
Yeah, no. So do I look around, and so I'm looking essentially to see if I'm looking for what we're actually here for. Do I get any sense of anything like that? Like, do I get any inkling of would he be here, or is there something that would indicate that he would be in a direction of what I could see?
From the garage?
From me looking at the back.
No, you're really just looking at the inside of a motor pool. That's all.
Okay.
All right, everyone out. Assuming we're there now. Well, I mean, obviously we're not going to go towards the fight because we're trying to find someone and using that as a distraction. Do we want to head further in, guys, or do we just kind of just building by building, see if we can find them?
Has the vehicle that we're in stopped at the gate, or have we stopped?
You were in the motor pool in D2.
Yeah.
Okay, in the actual building itself.
Yeah, it's like the parking garage for all these trucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I say we get out, try to find a spot that's good enough for us to kind of hide from eyesight of this army. If there's a spot like that.
Okay. So you say this to us?
Mhm.
Cool. Is there a way that I can hop out that no one can see me, so I can try and probably duck behind something?
Yeah, super easy. Like I said, no one's really paying attention, and everyone's heading outside now, so you're good.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I really jump out and probably jump behind some barrels or some crates or something that's in there.
All right.
All right.
And in anticipation, I'll wait for everyone else.
What is Cromwell?
I'm
Curie.
waiting for everyone else.
It's like Neil was literally talking.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I was saying you were literally talking, saying what you were trying to do here.
No. No, I'm waiting to see what you guys are doing too. Because we've said, well, I said that, we should go find somewhere to go hide.
Yeah, I'm back here with the dead bodies, so I'm getting out.
Yes, well, this is probably actually a good time to look around whilst they're distracted. Find out what is key
Yeah, definitely.
weapons.
Yeah. Key, bone, and a lantern.
All right. As you step out of the motor pool and look around, those of you in uniform are pretty easily ignored for the most part. Those of you without a uniform, however, will stand out if you go anywhere beyond this building. Those of you who are outside can see on the map, on each of the corners of this compound, a large watchtower, or at least it would look like that to the untrained eye. Anyone who has any kind of magic in them can sense these great cracks and streams of eldritch energy that seems to permeate from these watchtowers. There is something definitely not quite right about them. They are listed as C3 on the maps.
C3.
But yeah, yeah.
Oh, there, okay.
Yeah,
They look
top corners,
totally
bottom
normal, Dag.
corners.
What do you mean?
Well, they
So
look totally
Real
normal.
will, seeing that
Curious,
some of his companions are in disguise, Real will also have a look around to see if he can find something that he can dress himself up.
Unfortunately, in the motor pool, there is no uniforms that are kept here.
Okay.
If you guys want, I mean, I can gas form someone.
Yeah, probably not right now. Someone else can probably go and, as Real says very quietly, doesn't seem to be
We
anything
can
here.
find another uniform somewhere.
Yeah, possibly someone
well-
can go and find something and bring something back.
I'll keep an eye out.
Might I make a small, tiny suggestion? Maybe Kyrie should give up her uniform to give to Rill, and then Kyrie can make the stealth checks.
Oh, that is true.
Are we all together now?
Real's
I don't know
like,
what
I
this
don't
one's
want a
doing, but
second-hand
yes.
uniform.
Ew, this one smells like wet rat.
And dead bodies.
Frozen rat.
Dead bodies.
Just that if everyone's together and outside's distracted, I can gather everyone up and then I could heal them all because they look all badly beaten up.
I'd be
What if
down
I get
for
on
a
top
heal.
of Rill's shoulders? And Can we use
That'll
the
work.
stack?
Dwarf,
that
you
we
look like a
transfer?
normal human.
They
That's
do
right.
seem to be suspicious of the height.
No,
Yeah,
I'll be hopping on your shoulders.
Or
That's a negative. You're a stout, hardy dwarf.
or you
No,
could
come
you
on.
could give yours to Mistwin, and then Vectrin and Rill could stack on each other, and they'll be the size of a normal that way, Kyrie can still stealth everywhere.
Yeah, so if everyone's gathered up and I can do this without causing alarm to the outside, I'd like to channel energy to heal everyone.
I don't think channel energy has any components to it, does it? It's just supernatural. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know if it washes out or if it shows
I
up
mean, I don't
anything.
think it has any somatic or verbal aspect.
I don't know. So is that okay, Dag?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy for that.
Sure. 6. No, I rolled 2 1s, which I can re-roll. So I got 20. I'm re-rolling the 2 1s. I got a 2 and a 5, so I added 5 more, so 25.
Ooh,
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that'll.
thank you. So
1 spent.
Sorry.
3.
1 spent. I had 1 out of 4 spent.
Okay, not a problem.
Nice, thank you.
So how does everyone look now?
I
25
have
hit points better.
Yeah.
That's how they look.
I'm still pretty rough, but I'll be okay for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will, since my car looks a lot more rough. I will reach out and I will tap him on the shoulder.
I'm full of bullet holes.
Tap him on the shoulder, and I'll cast Cure Serious Wounds. Well, it was supposed to be Cure Moderate Wounds, but I've already said it. So it's 33, but you add 50% on top of that.
33
So-
is exactly what I needed, so you fully healed me.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
And yeah, just as a refresher, it's a burst of positive energy that as a standard action and does not provoke any attack.
Yep.
You just have to present your holy symbol.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be Cure Moderate Wounds, but I picked the wrong one, so I'll stick with it. That's okay.
All right, not a problem.
Sweet. Thank you.
And does anyone else require touching? That gives healing.
Nope, Vectrin's
Well,
fully
he's
healed
asking
up.
for consent.
That's what I do
Kyrie is good.
now. Okay.
All right.
Real will slink behind something and await what everybody else is going to do.
I think we're just gonna make our way to the next building, weren't we? Oh, like Kyrie, can you give Mistwin or Rill your coat? I guess. Then, if you're good
Yeah.
with just sneaking everywhere.
You
Can
turn
I?
into
Would
a
I also?
you get-
card.
Yes, I can. All right. Mistwin, you want my coat?
Sure.
All right, here. I'll give Mistwin my coat, and then
All
I'm gonna turn into a weasel, and I'm gonna jump on Kyrie's shoulder.
What up? Is Rill
All right,
taking my
not a
uniform or no?
If you're giving it up, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I would also like
Ah.
to on the ground, like dirty myself up to, because I'm bright white, to make myself a little less bright white.
And
I would like to point out the color
That it's
of
snow
the ground.
outside? Yeah, that's fair.
And I would
There's
Kyrie
like
dirt
goes
under
to.
the
the-
snow.
I
just
start to
saying,
and I'm
there-
like,
there-
wait, this is fucking stupid.
There's dirt under the snow. Snow is just a superficial layer. There's dirt
He
under
means
there.
because I'm white, blending in with the white would actually work.
True.
So,
I mean,
So
yes, you
don't-
could dig underneath and cover yourself in the brown dirt if you'd like.
Well, this is the motor pool as well. You could just coat yourself in engine oil.
Ew.
So,
So
Would you like
after-
my horn
Will
on the
like
table?
to-
You did.
And so, after swapping uniforms, our heroes decide to finally explore the fucking place instead of sitting there rubbing dirt on each other. You begin to look around, and the first thing you notice is at the center of this prison camp is a large, dilapidated building. It looks as though likely it was once a monastery. There is definitely a dark, foreboding aura that dwells within. This is a definite good spot to perhaps begin your search for Rasputin. However, there are other places around as well. You can see to the north, or should I say the northwest, a number of these other long buildings, some in disrepair. And then to the north east, you could see what looks to be maybe a makeshift camp of like tents or something that is being blocked off by barbed wire. This is likely where the prisoners are.
Barbed wire. That's very intense.
Real would like to extend the invitation to Kyrie to, if she would like, to hop on his shoulders so we become normal height.
I
And
feel like that
hide
would
under the cloak.
actually go poorly.
But it would be cool.
It would be, yes, until I fall over because I roll a really bad something, and we look like two
Why-
idiots in a trench coat.
I
What'd you
presume
do today,
this
Dag?
could be.
Oh, ran a game of Dungeons and Dragons where we spent 2 hours deciding what clothes everyone was wearing. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a
A
normal
rat.
game.
And I mean, there is a worm out there, Dag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is why they've got so much more to be concerned about than whether or not, like let me ask you this. What role do you expect me to ask you for being on the top of a dwarf's shoulders?
Well, I'd have to maintain balance, no?
I'd say you would ask for a
And how
ride
is-
check.
and how
you would
is-
definitely ask for that.
And how is your and how is your dexterity and your acrobatics, just off the cuff
Pretty
here?
damn good, but you don't think that two people in a trench coat in a very obvious slapstick comedy would be obvious?
Well, I'd like to point out the only thing that's slapstick and comedy about this is the entire group's ineptitude to get on with the fucking plot. I mean, do you remember the giant burning flame orgy that I used to try and drag a child to hell? The tone is being set in very different ways, and like you guys may be in a slapstick comedy, but these guys are gonna fuck you up.
hmm I almost did get fucked up.
It's very true. Very true.
Whatever.
I would just like to point
I
out
almost
that
said I did.
we spend pretty much all of these sessions getting fucked up. So when we
True.
take time, we also then get told, well, you need to hurry up, and then we get fucked up more for trying to take time to plan. It's a little frustrating because no matter what we do, we're getting fucked up.
That's true.
Yeah.
But also,
And
also,
then you
it's,
just literally sat there and called us all inept for trying to take our time and plan.
no. It's not planning. It's being offered to ride on Rill's shoulders while I'm trying to move on more than anything else. It's like, well, look, you can or you can't. Either way, I'm offering.
Well, it's like
it to you
last week
guys
we tried to
as-
take our time to plan because we're trying to break into a fucking prison camp, and we got a purple worm thrown at us because we took too
That is
long to
true.
plan. How is that helpful?
That is true. So, when it comes to planning, actually, no, that's a very, very good point. Let's take a moment to break that down. So, there is a certain amount of planning that we are available to do, and a certain amount that I need to balance as a game master between the tools that I provide to you and the ability for you guys to investigate stuff. I guess the basic instinct for a lot of players tends to be towards survival. And of course, in a game where there is a high risk, such as this, for example, there is the desire to try and keep those feelings of like, well, how do we do this with the minimal amount of risk and the minimal amount of not challenge, what's the word, like, yeah, like risk, I guess, is the biggest thing. How do we do this with a minimal amount of risk? There's a certain amount of stuff that you can do which will help and appease to this. For example, like we said, swapping uniforms, or when you guys were trying to sort of figure out stuff, like in terms of like, yeah, don't charge into no man's land was a smart idea. Do not charge into no man's land. In terms of trying to figure out who, what, or why you could gain information, that's the stuff that you guys can take time with and focus on, because that's the stuff that you guys are actively doing stuff. But if you end up looking at like what you have presently instead of investigating forward, that's where you end up spinning wheels. So what I try to do is, instead of spinning wheels, because I don't really want to be saying like, hey, like, here's the thing: no idea is inept or stupid. It is not doing anything and spinning wheels that I usually then try to be like, okay, cool, I'm going to give you guys the incentive of, hey, we should move forward. And then if we continue to spin wheels, then I'll give it a gentle push. And then if we continue to spin wheels, I'm like, okay, we need to really like get moving here. The purple worm, it was never really a big threat. It was never really like I'm not going to have a purple worm just drop on you and just murder you guys for not doing stuff. It is the directional force. So what the purple worm presents is not a threat to you, but a means for you to get past the no man's land without having any trouble of being noticed and being seen. So your planning, even if you are taking time, is being rewarded, even though it is a threat, even though it is a danger. I'm still providing you something that pushes you forward for your efforts, regardless. Does that make sense? So in all cases, if you take time, you are allowed to take time. You will be given something to push you forward. If you guys choose to be more assertive and go forward with it, I will still give you something for that. So in this particular case, the uniforms and stuff is fantastic. You guys went through all the effort of digging through bodies and getting the corpses and doing all that. So you have all that to get yourself through. Now that you are all very well off and very well, sort of disguised, you have a lot of free movement here. There is nothing for you to gain here in the carpool because you guys have succeeded in your infiltration. And I've given you guys a couple of places that you guys can start investigating, which you guys have no current pending looming threat over your infiltration. Unless I've forgotten something.
I guess we don't really have that. We didn't have that information, in that it still kind of felt lucky that we even got in.
Mm-hmm.
No. Like I said, no one's paying attention to you. You are, like I said, you are being the purple worm stuff is completely got their entire attention. No one's going to notice you guys. The only reason I suggested particularly Rill be in costume is only because I know how low his shit is. And it's obviously a huge risk if he fucks up. Like, even if Mistwind wasn't in an outfit, it wouldn't have been that much of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. Every step of the way, you guys are being acknowledged for your efforts and rewarded for what you're doing, even if it's not overtly that.
Mm-hmm. In which case,
Okay,
I think we
so
should go.
for now, we are successfully infiltrated, and our characters feel somewhat confident that
We'll
there's
be
no
okay.
there's no eyes.
Yeah.
So all right.
Yeah. Correct.
I think we just didn't really get that as players.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. And again, that comes down to communicating and making it through. So obviously, like I said, I can't see your faces. I can't, like sort of like I'm very limited by what I can interact with at while I'm here on the phone.
Mhm.
But I appreciate, Lucas, you pointing that out, because of course, like I said, I don't know how you guys feel unless you guys say something. So thank you for that. I do appreciate your honesty with it. And yes, no, rest assured, there is nothing here that leans towards that, and everything I've said and done is more towards just letting you guys know that yes, you guys are safe. You guys are, you know, you guys are doing well here. So far, you've done incredibly well, as you are right now in the, well, I say the middle, quote unquote, of the prison that you were supposed to infiltrate. No one has noticed you. The alarm has been sounded, but again, you've created
Not
the
because of
perfect
us, yeah.
distraction by luring the purple worm here. So yeah, you guys have done great.
All right. All right. So which case, I think if we're gonna start heading out, there's two
well,
near. Huh?
So we've headed out and we've seen some tents where we think that prisoners are being held, surrounded
There's
by
tents in
barbed
front of
wire.
us, and then there's also a big burnt down building next to us. I think is the G building, right?
Yes, but
Uh,
I suspect
Guards are watching the camp thing that we can obviously see.
No, not at all. As I mentioned, most of the guards are now rushing to, if not already on the wall, attempting to stage a counterattack against the giant worm.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, sorry, I missed that.
Can anyone perhaps see where these pigeons might fly in and land, so we might get to ascertain who sent us these messages?
Make a perception check.
Actually, that's a good point. Did the pigeon come from this place, or did it come from somewhere
Yes.
else? Oh, okay. Cool.
I got a 22.
I got a 32.
I still need to roll.
I got a 31.
I don't know
I got a
anything about
rock.
pigeons.
I had an 18.
And a 30.
And I should probably make my stealth check, yeah? I don't think I've done that
Not just yet. You're good.
yet. Okay.
Okay, one moment.
Yeah.
Ba,
I will
ba,
be
ba,
on
ba, ba.
Callie's shoulder though, as a weasel.
Do you get any bonus to perception as a weasel,
Oh,
like from
actually,
smell or scent or anything like that?
I think we never established it. I think it still uses my stats because,
Okay.
but I do have the familiar weasel here, so I can use theirs, which they have a perception +1. So
Okay.
they actually work.
Okay, so the pigeons. Did anyone get over 21?
Yes, at least 2 of us.
Everyone but me.
I would say most people did.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the pigeons seem to be coming from area D4. Sorry, I'm just looking at this. Here we go. No, D3. My apologies.
Okay, so the big thing at the back, is that where the tents are?
No, D3 is the one to the northwest of where you are.
Yeah, and the tents are on our east.
So the tents are what?
Generally speaking, it is
E1
not
and E2?
prison practice to give your prisoners messenger pigeons.
That's fair.
Yes. Yeah, area E, E1, and E2 are the prison tents.
Okay. I mean, perhaps this could be a good time to find out who sent the pigeon, since it's further into the camp.
I'm good
Does
with
it
it.
not? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's not a prison camp. It is. Oh no, it is a prison camp. Oh, okay. I will say that you can also notice in the camp there are a couple more of those Cossacks walking around. Yeah, it's more horrible stories. Carry on.
Anyone object?
Okay.
Nope.
Rill's not exactly up to
Nope.
speed, so
Mhm.
he'll just follow along.
Sure.
Miss Wynn?
Well, the short story was we found the prison camp and then we weren't sure how to get in, so we asked the lady that we
That's a short joke.
rescued back in the town if she knew anyone, and she threw out some crackers and cheese and made a sound and called a pigeon, which flew in from this camp somewhere, which dropped off a bone, a key, and
Lantern.
a lantern. So, somewhat cryptic message, but we took that to mean come in under the cover of dark, perhaps look out for some boneyard or cemetery or something, and here's a key that's going to help get you in somewhere. And then we ended up finding, we followed some trucks out to a pit where they were dumping bodies. So that kind of seemed to be the bone part of the clue.
The bodies that were horribly experimented on.
Yes.
Nice.
And now we're here.
Yeah. To the camp.
Okay,
Or
so you're
to
heading
the-
to
To D3.
D3. No,
Okay,
I thought
you're
that was
heading towards-
E2 and E1.
D3.
Oh, D3.
And
Okay.
the pigeons came from D3.
Oh! Alright, then yes, D3. Sorry.
Okay. All right. You guys move swiftly and quietly as you make your way to Area D3. What you see in front of you appears to be the blackened remains of a long wooden barracks that threatens to crumble into an ashy ruin in the snow at any given moment's notice. The haphazard pile of burnt timbers that lie along the northern side resembles a mound of charred and tangled bones. You can see a number of pigeons that seem to be flying around and landing in the rafters. You can see the telltale marks of their poo and feathers pretty much everywhere around here. As you approach, there appears to be movement within the building itself. There's no real windows and stuff, but there are plenty of holes and doors in the walls and stuff. And what you see are 3 people with rifles, but they seem to walk with an unusual gait. They seem to be guarding what looks to be another individual who is not human at all. A large jackal-headed melodamon shuffles among the debris and seems to chew and gnaw on the bones of those consumed by flames.
I already want to back away.
Well, he's not in here, guys. Let's move on.
Right. Are we going in?
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we should release him, and he could help us. He doesn't look like them. I mean, squeak, squeak, squeakity, squeak.
Or we
Oh wait,
release him
no,
and
the
he eats our
tongue.
faces
The
off.
tongue still happens when I'm
Yeah.
when I'm
you still got
when
the
I'm
tongue,
weasel,
don't
so I
you?
can still speak to you guys. Yeah,
you can, and it does.
yeah. Cool. I'm a weasel. That
I do have a
speaks
ring that
common.
speaks animal, but yeah.
All right,
I'm speaking like the card still.
Kyria will step inside and try to stay as in the shadows as is humanly possible until everyone else
All
is
right,
ready.
make a stealth check. Okay, make a stealth check, please.
A 30. Sorry, a 35.
Would you like me to as well? Since I'm with Kyrie
Nope.
as Weasel. Okay. Gotcha.
All right, a 35. And that is going to be hot garbage, is what it's going to be. As an 11 is not high enough to notice you. Okay. As you enter in, the creature that is chewing on bones doesn't notice you. And with a roll like that, I doubt the soldiers will either.
Never mind, I thought it was a dome or
Before we
something.
go any further, just as a precaution, I'm going to use one of my spell slots to cast Lucky Number on myself. So what it does is I roll a d20, and then once during the duration, so 24 hours, when I roll that result, I can either choose to re-roll it or add a +2 luck bonus to that result. I have to use it before the success or failure of the original roll is known, and I can only have one lucky number at a time.
Okay.
That's cool.
You may
And
make your roll.
I rolled a 10.
There you go. So basically, it's like what do you call it? The assurance thing.
So
Pretty-
10 is his lucky number.
Pretty much. So if I roll a 10, I can either re-roll it or take a +2, which most likely means I'll probably be re-rolling that for.
Maybe we'll see. Okay. So Kyrie, you've entered. What would the rest of you like to do?
They don't look very friendly in there. Perhaps you should take the key, Kyrie, and see if you can get them out.
Rill will just stay with Cromwell and the others just
Mhm.
outside, if that's what they're standing.
Sure.
Mm,
There are
Maybe
guards
I'll-
in there. You said, right?
There are 3 riflemen who seem to be guarding this creature because they're not alarmed. They're not like obviously not firing at it. So they do definitely seem to be on guard of this thing.
We could potentially send 3 of us in there in uniform and attempt to relieve them so that they can go beyond the wall to help, and we'll take over guard duty.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I like that.
I'd like to point out that Rill has a shield and no weapons.
That is
I
true.
can.
I would actually say as part of the costume of these items, you would have a basic firearm of some kind. Whether or not you choose to use it is up to you, but I think you would have that as part of the uniform as well. You could also have your shield, that's not a problem, as well as your basic weapons and stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't see why you couldn't like have a gun to just hold.
Like ceremonial kind of thing.
Yeah, and they'd have like what like the strap on it, so you can just hang it over you as well, so it won't impede you having weapons and stuff.
Rill's probably holding it backwards.
Sure.
He doesn't know how to hold it.
All right.
I would like to point out we
Becky-
have seen the soldiers point these guns at us, so we would know which end is the dangerous end.
Rill
And-
hasn't actually.
He did. He was there when
When
I
we first
actually
got here,
shot
he was
Beckton.
frozen already. I thought he was
I think
awake
so.
when we first got here.
I was awake.
Was he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
when
never
our
mind.
first interaction, we got guns
First
pointed at
spot
us.
the one guys in the town.
and
Yeah.
and
Oh
he
yeah,
did.
right. When you were in
and
the
I-
little house.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he did watch me accidentally shoot Beckton.
I'd
That's
like to
right,
point
I
out
do
that Rill
remember.
has low intelligence.
That would be wisdom.
I'll find a mini-sized version of one of these for
Damn
my
it.
weasel. Weasel with a gun.
Okay. Beckton's idea seems pretty solid,
yeah.
and I didn't hear anyone
Yep.
protesting it. So, who are the 3 people
That
that are
sounds
going to
like
go
a good idea.
inside to relieve these soldiers of duty?
I'll go in.
Say Beckton will go in because it was his idea.
1, 2, and
I'll go.
I will put. Oh well, if you're going to go, I was going to say I'll put my shield under my clothes, so it'll probably look like I have a hump, I guess, and so I can hold the weapon then.
Oh, and before we go in, I will pull the gas mask to cover my face.
sure. Okay, not a problem.
If they go in,
you
I'll
all
just
enter.
stand at the door, looking
Like on
outside, just in
guard at the
case
front.
someone else comes.
Sure, not a problem. Sounds like a good
Yeah,
idea.
you can make bird
Um,
noises if you see someone. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Paka!
My car,
you sound
my
like a giant
car.
giraffe. All right. The door swings open, and as you enter, you are looked at by 3 very distinct-looking soldiers. They're distinct because they are all undead.
Damn
Each
it.
of them seems to have a kind of a like elongated limbs, especially around their legs. Anyone who wishes to make a religion check can make one here to try and identify them. At the point in which
They're
you
all
arrive,
midges.
Everyone who's in there, right?
yeah, they're all
Finally, a
Yeah.
skill I'm good with.
We're 27.
Riddler's outside.
29.
He doesn't see nothing.
okay.
Yep, Makar's outside with
Uh,
Rill.
All right.
No,
you
you're inside,
guys
Makar.
Oh, I was?
Yeah,
Okay.
Makar,
You're on my shoulder, aren't you?
Yeah, okay, yeah, I was. I just, yeah.
You're fine. Now, you realize that these creatures are creatures known as Baycock. They are kind of like undead. In your world, they're undead archers. These ones are obviously snipers of some kind. They have powerful legs that allow them to leap and bound into like high advantage points very easily. They're incredibly mobile, reasonably intelligent. Like they're not a high intelligent thing. Like think of it like a skeletal champion kind of deal. And insanely accurate. They also have the ability to do negative energy and paralysis effects on their arrows from your world. It is suffice to say that they maybe have a similar ability for their bullets here.
Ooh.
But are they still
They
regular
all
undead in that they're like mindless, as in controlled kind of things? Just do what they're
correct.
told.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, correct. Now, all three of them immediately look to the jackal-headed individual who looks up from its chewing and seems not confused, but more like, why are you interrupting me? Kind of has this like look upon his face. He is not saying anything as he is busy chewing as he looks in your direction.
Base is under attack. Thought you might want to know.
He swallows a chunk of the burnt bone and he says, "This is no problem. The wards are going to hold." Why have you come to tell me this? Is there concern? It is too late. The inventor is no more. He holds up a burnt skull. As he does so, he then crunches it.
Just looking in around the room, there's nothing else, no other living things in here.
There is a cage that has been ripped open, filled with feathers and blood, likely where the pigeons were before the Maladamon ended up here.
Okay. But otherwise, an empty room.
Let me just check. So this was formerly a barracks. It's been burnt. There's bones. There's death. Yeah, yada
It's just
yada.
as chat just say, time to back away and try another door.
Yep. There's a tipped over stove. There's quite a few skeletons here actually. 38 in total.
That's a lot of skeletons.
Hmm. But they're not alive or anything. There is a prosthetic leg partially burnt that says the name Victor Miloslav.
I guess the inventor.
Mm-hmm. And that is all.
Hmm.
Oh, hey, these Baycock actually have feet that were morphed into bird talons.
Ooh,
Yeah,
kind of
fun
cool.
little fact there for you. Don't know why it's written there, but yeah, sure, why not?
Is it possible to identify what the jackal-headed creature is?
Knowledge planes, if you wish to.
Alrighty. I don't like that. So I'm going to I rolled a 3, but I
I
have
got 4.
an ability called Knowledge of the Ages. I can retry any knowledge check that I have made within the past minute, gaining an insight bonus on the check equal to my charisma. So my charisma is +6. So I get to retry that. And I can use it any number of times a day equal to my charisma modifier, so 6. I
You
like
won't be
that.
able to use it on the same check more than once.
Right. All right. That is with the +6, that is a total of 32.
Okay. You know that this is a maladamon, a personification of death from starvation and thirst. These withering fiends spend their time destroying resources and spreading the source of hunger. They are deacons of the horsemen of famine. The creatures visit worlds throughout the plains, destroying acres of crops, slaughtering livestock, harvesting souls for their honored masters. They delight in the slow death of starvation and go so far as to experiment with various bodily deficiencies and mortal weaknesses. Arrogantly and utterly bound to their patron, melodamons very rarely work with any other than their kind, and do not serve any of the other 3 horsemen except in the rarest of circumstances. They are 12 foot tall and 350 pounds.
Horrifying.
I don't know if it means anything, but their preferred means of sacrifice is a good aligned cleric or outsider capable of casting.
Rill's outside.
I'm right
Fucking
here. Oh no.
We have a donation. I'm just working through it, so I will be quiet for a minute here.
Mhm. Okay, but that is what you know. Bectrin, do you obviously still have your plan, still potentially in fruition here?
I mean, yes, but now it sounds like they're not necessarily guarding him. I don't know what to make. Bectrin doesn't know what to make of this exactly because he doesn't seem
Oh, they're definitely guarding him. You can tell
okay
that for sure.
because he doesn't seem like a prisoner so much as I wouldn't say a willing participant, but not necessarily forced into it. You know, what I mean?
Although, if we have some kind of shared knowledge, then knowledge of him would mean he's not actually working for these guys.
All right. I mean, Bectrin's going to go with the plan. Still, that's what he's here for. So,
I mean, he could consider himself owing us some kind of boon, perhaps, if we get him out of here.
yeah, the
So
plan
what
is
was
we
your
just got to
plan
get
to?
the other 3 soldiers out of here first.
Right. Except now that you know they're undead.
I mean, they could still be useful on the wall to defend against the purple worm.
Give it a shot. See if they follow your orders. I don't know. Maybe they're programmed to obey anyone in uniform.
All right, real quick. McClover came through with $30 donation. Gave a hero point to myself, Mistwind, Cromwell, and 2 to Makar. I did let them know that I am already at 3 HP, even though it's not showing on the screen. So I'm trying to see if that last HP will go to Phil Cromwell's or not. But they went to. Oh, they're right there. Yeah, McClover, if you heard that, would you like that floater to finish off Cromwell?
Finish
Thanks.
him.
That lovely terminology.
In a good way. In a good way.
He's got the floater, guys.
Yes. Okay. All right. So that's going
Floater.
to Cromwell. So we are all full up.
All
I
right,
can't take any more
amazing. Thank
floaters,
you.
even if I wanted to.
All right. Thank you so much, McClover, for the kind and generous donation. You bloody legend, you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are safe, happy, and satisfied. You are an amazing person, and your donation is greatly appreciated. Goddamn, all these people and all their hero points. Okay. So back to
So
back to
would
it.
you like
Yes,
to try
you are-
and give them an order, Bectrin?
Yeah, we can do that. So Bectrin will step forward confidently, looking at the 3 undead here, You're needed on the wall to help in defense of the base. We'll take over here.
They look at each other. They look at you. They begin to walk, kind of like, like how storks walk, with their backwards knees. They kind of like, make their way towards you. As they do, you can smell that kind of formaldehyde, kind of like chemical smell on them. They lean over and they say, "Which wall?"
I can't believe that worked.
South, near the front gate.
They open their mouths, which distend, and they let loose this kind of horrible, scratchy, wailing noise, and leap literally so high they evacuate the building via the roof. The holes in the roof, they just like literally just soar out of it, and you hear the thudding sound of their clawed talons hitting the shingles, and like some of the dust from the roof and the ash sort of trickle down as they make their way to the south, heading
Well,
towards
we probably don't have long.
the defense. Oh no, you've probably got to walk. That worm is fucking tank. It is not taking much damage.
Oh, okay. All right. They just seem pretty powerful.
They're very agile. They're not powerful.
Okay.
Just means we're going to have an agile purple worm.
Yeah,
No,
that's
he's
true,
already
if they do.
eaten a Russian today. He can only eat once a day.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's
yeah.
Bill
true.
probably shits himself a little bit at the sound of all that,
Mhm.
and then looks inside.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Really, if you look up, like literally as you're at the gate, you then see these 3 streaks just coming from the roof, just straight overhead.
It was the three of us because 3 went in, 3 came out.
That's true.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are they
The-
going, real things?
Okay. The Maladamon then
Yeah.
turns to you and says, "Is this wise? Your master left the undead with me because they weren't subject to my influence. I'm not complaining."
And it's not often that we do things that most would consider wise.
Yeah, so Real looks in, and then he continues looking back out, and he looks like a guard outside.
I don't suppose
Okay.
that chap that you've eaten wrote a message before you did.
His eyes go wide. You watch as his pupils dilate. He says, "Yes, he did. That is why we had to eat him. He was sending messages outside the wall. And though he helped build the wards, Rasputin saw no further use in his continued survival. So he left him to me. I enjoyed his screams. I enjoyed chasing him. It was a shame when he knocked the stove over and set himself ablaze. The smell was tantalizing. I roasted the others I had collected, and am having a feast. You would be welcome to join."
I could hear this.
Hmm.
Real could hear this from the door.
Yeah.
Does he sound like he's being honest? About the specifically the stove being knocked over and then roasting him. That's
Yeah,
that's
I
the part
mean, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't really have much of a, what's the word? He doesn't really have much of an incentive to lie to you guys at this point. So
okay.
the way he describes it is almost as if, in the desperation to try and get away from the Maladamon, he accidentally killed himself.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Well, that is unfortunate. We were hoping to speak with him.
There are other ways that one might speak to those who have passed. Your world doesn't possess this magic, but mine certainly does. Those creatures born from my plane have a way of speaking with those dearly departed, though with the bones and body now destroyed, most magics wouldn't work. But I know a place. Yes, I know somewhere you could get said magic that might help you.
I suppose there's something in this for you.
Oh,
What
yes, indeed. Sorry, Miss Wynn?
what plane are they from again? Is it Abaddon or Hell?
Abaddon.
Okay. Yeah, Miss One's gonna just like try to when it's not looking at her, she's gonna try to like shuffle back just a little bit, just kind of
Mhm.
see. I want to get a message out to Rill, but I can't because I would assume that being raised by elves, Rill would speak Elvish, but I feel like if I were to speak Elven, that would give away that we're not from here.
No.
Ugh.
Okay. Well, while you consider what you're going to do, as you've backed
OG
off,
gave us an
he's
insight bonus.
insight bonus. All right. Your insight bonus is this. Um, Daemons don't often work with people. Daemons are forces of nature, like in this particular case, a force of famine. If he is providing you something, there is something he wants in return. Likely his servitude is not exactly the most willing, if that makes sense. Likely he is going to want one of two things: something to satiate himself, which obviously can never happen, or something that helps unfree his bindings or returns him back to where he came. Um, he does not care that you're from his world. It has no bearing on his presence here, if that makes sense. He is not
Yeah,
loyal
so
to
he's
Rasputin.
he's a bound planar ally. Inverted commas.
Yes, and he kind of wants to be here, like he's enjoying eating different people and stuff, like and people who have no magic resistances. That's like, wow, this is like life on easy mode. So he's not unhappy, mind you, but like again, he can be coaxed. He's not like, oh, Rasputin will hear of this and you will all die and blah blah blah.
Yeah. He also doesn't care about Rasputin. He's just been tasked with a job and offered something in return that maybe he's found he's not getting or could get better.
Right.
A better offer.
Right.
Well, if Rill understands this as well, does he?
Rill would understand the
yeah,
nature of planar binding as a cleric, because clerics can summon planar allies, and you have to make the same kind of deal even with angels that come to help you.
Yep.
They can flat out refuse.
Rill has a spell that could send him back to his home world.
He might not want that.
Banishment.
But I think he was about to say what he wanted.
Okay.
He says,
good to know.
I have not yet managed to eat something good, something pure. Since coming here, my hunger has been satiated, but everyone is a warrior, someone steeped with sin, which has a bitter and almost tar-like taste. I wish to sink my teeth into the flesh of something pure. Bring me this, and I will tell you where to find that which you seek.
You're like what?
I think he means untouched by war. Innocent.
Yes. Something without corruption or tainting.
I don't suppose that you have some idea of where that might be found, or is that our task?
That is your task indeed. But if you want some suggestions, the prison camp is filled with assortment of people that were taken from a nearby town that was destroyed.
Hmm.
I already see where this is going.
I bet the woods are full of cute little bunnies that are untainted by war.
You are not incorrect.
yeah, yeah. Okay, let's go find some cute little bunnies.
I'm just saying, instead of sacrificing a virgin or whatever this guy wants,
I
feed a
was
cute little bunny.
See, my thought was he wants us to feed him a child.
Yeah, child. Yeah.
Yeah. So instead, we go get him a cute little bunny.
Yeah, let's go find a cute. Hey, look, we have a cute little weasel right here.
We found an innocent.
He's definitely tainted.
You look out. You look outside.
This is
You
where
see
I
no
should have
man's
spent
land.
the
You see
like the 30,000 treasure dragon gold on 3,000 or whatever chickens, 30,000 chickens. The,
I mean, I was hoping
pure
one of
chickens.
I was hoping one of our 3 spellcasters might just say, "Hey, I can just take Speak with Dead." You know.
No.
I don't have that spell.
You would think the cleric of the oracle would have it.
I know.
You would
Speak with
think
Dead
the-
won't work. Well, Speak with Dead won't work on this, as remembering it needs an intact headpiece to communicate. And
Yeah,
he just
we haven't
ate
got
that bit.
we haven't got true res yet.
Mhm.
Okay. So,
All right,
tentatively,
well,
you're looking for an animal of some kind.
I didn't catch what you
Yes.
just said.
Oh, you were searching for an animal of some kind to offer as an innocent trade. So, can I get you to roll me a percentage, please?
of us are just
Someone or everyone?
One person. Yeah, one person.
Okay.
I feel like that should be
Action.
you, person who came up with the idea.
I think so too.
yeah.
93.
Whoa!
Fuck you. What the hell?
Thank God. Thank God.
I love that
God
reaction.
fucking damn it. God damn it. Okay, fine.
What you wanted was a low
Weird-
number. You died.
I did. I wanted to. Anyway, okay. Look, because you got over 90%, right? I'm going to give you 3 choices here, and it's up to you how difficult you want this to be. Number 1 is there is a rabbit somewhere around in the camp, mostly because they do eat rabbits here. So there's a kitchen which has just rabbits. Number 2 is there was a stable that you saw entering into the compound. It's in that first area behind the first gate, but not the second, if that makes sense. You did see there were horses. You did see that there were also bears and a few other things. It's a little bit more risky because obviously you don't know like how quote unquote tainted by war mounts would be.
Right.
The third is there's a pigeon literally just above you, as I previously mentioned.
How would we get the pigeon?
Well, it seems like he's already eaten a bunch of pigeons.
Yeah, and we do
So
run the
there's
risk
already-
of carrier pigeons being involved in war. How much does that taint them?
Yeah.
Correct.
I feel
Especially
like
if it's
the
one that already
rabbit,
delivered a
although
message to
it's-
us.
Yeah, I feel like the rabbit, although it's the smallest and like not very filling, is probably the smartest choice.
Yeah,
It's
there's
definitely
already
the
a cage
purest.
of there's already a cage of feathers and bones and stuff. So he's already been eating pigeons just for the hell of it, I'd say.
That too.
Yeah, and the rabbit is going to be the one thing that's not actually actively used in wartime. So I feel like that's probably our best bet.
Yeah,
Carrier rabbits.
we just get a couple rabbits. That's all.
No, a couple of innocent rabbits.
If only we still
Waspy
had.
rabbits.
If only Grax is still alive, he could just summon his animals.
But some
oh, right, I
things
forgot there was a
disappear when
You
you die.
wouldn't summon them just to be eaten.
There is also a tiny weasel here. Just saying, putting that out.
I mean,
He's
we
definitely
He's
tainted.
definitely
did
not
offer the
innocent.
weasel, but Kyrie did make the point that he is tainted.
A battle weasel.
So where is this? Wherever the rabbits would be, relative to us.
You have no idea, but
Okay.
this is with your percentage and with your insight into it. If you can find out where they prepare food, you will likely be able to find rabbit for sure.
Oh, look, a random rabbit that's hopping through this building as we speak.
Roll
Probably
a
not that lucky,
percentage.
huh? All right.
We knocked them through the camp.
99.
It's
Oh my
86.
Ah,
96,
86.
86. Okay, yeah, not quite so lucky this time. But
Yeah,
I will
slightly
say that you
less.
can make a survival. I will say you can make a survival check outside the camp, outside the building, to see if you can find a rabbit warren if you would like with an 86. I'm happy for that.
Alrighty, I will do that.
I got some
Okay.
bad news for you, bub. I have a
Cool.
rabbit.
Yeah. Well, the Maladamon is
Sorry.
gonna just chill and vibe. Like he's just gonna be like, cool. Have fun, do the thing, come back.
I got an even 20.
An even 20.
Yep, 11 plus 9,
Yeah.
so it's a 20. Dirty 20.
Yeah. Well, I'd say with an even 20, you could find a rabbit warren pretty easily. You could see that there's like one of them not too far away from you.
well, we have a
Have you
we have a
hunted
weasel.
rabbits before? Oh yeah, true. You could send the weasel in to go try and
Send
capture
the
the
weasel
rabbit.
down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
What they do.
All right.
Yes, it's school. It's rabbit season. Should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque.
Okay.
Let's do it. I'm excited.
Okay.
Makar goes in, a stick of dynamite comes out with him.
All right. Makar, you head down
Yeah.
into the depths, and as you do so, you encounter a rabbit. It is a CR 1/16. It sees you. It is angry at you, and attempts to kick you. Roll initiative.
You take
Is it the rabbit from
35
Monty
damage.
Python?
Weasel initiative or my initiative?
Your head falls
Your
off.
initiative.
Okay.
Look at the bones.
I got a 7.
Okay, that's a 22 for the rabbit.
Damn.
Damn.
All right. All right. The rabbit attempts to kick you in the face.
Makar's gonna have death by rabbit.
The rabbit gets a natural 20.
Oh my god.
Of course it does.
So it does 2 damage.
The rabbit gets a 16 to hit your flat-footed. The weasel is flat-footed.
Oh, weasel's flat foot. Okay. Defense flat foot 13.
Everyone
So
in
I
the
hit
chat
you-
is like, "Go rabbit!"
you take 1 non-lethal damage.
Okay.
Rabbit
also
gets
gets
crit
hit
card.
hard.
Oh my god.
By the way,
go on.
this rabbit is behaving erratically and continues to valiantly fight rather than run away run
Oh,
away
it's
from
got
this weasel.
babies.
That's not a good sign. Makar, get
one
out
of
of there.
Get one of the babies.
Kicking.
I'm gonna bite it.
You're gonna bite it? All right, make your attack.
Yeah.
Wait, rabbit
So
gets a
bite.
crit card though.
Oh, so yeah, it's got a
Oh
crit.
yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's right.
rabbit. Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pick
okay.
a number 1 through 5, Michael.
Please be the fortitude or die.
4.
Okay.
I need this.
Is there a
2,
non-lethal
3,
thing on the
4.
card?
The kick would be bludgeoning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's no
Break.
slashing because it's got like a little claw thing.
Oh, okay. Finger tipped. Normal damage and 1 dex damage. Target cannot use one hand until healed. Dang it.
Okay.
Hit your
Yeah,
fingers.
it cuts your foot.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
good for an archer.
Yeah. Dang.
All right. Done and done. Okay,
That was the thing I
your
was
turn.
brained. All right.
What do you
Bite
want
it.
to do? All right, go for your bite.
Yeah, +4 on a 20. That was the weasel. Dang it! I rolled a 6. You know what? I'm gonna hero point that.
Do I have any jinx points?
Yes,
You
yes,
do.
You do.
Dang it! No!
Okay.
No! I missed then.
You also have a nat 20, Michael.
Oh god.
Oh,
I love everything that's happening.
maybe.
I'm going
Okay.
to try and use my movement to just get around him. To get like
There is
behind
no
him.
space. There is no
Okay.
space around it because
Gotcha.
you're in a tunnel. Remember, you're in a warren.
Ah, got it. Okay. Then yeah, I don't move, I guess.
All right. He's gonna kick you again.
Just cast magic missile on it or something.
Okay. So this one is 16.
That's that. Flat-footed on the rabbit on the weasel again.
You're not flat-footed
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh,
You're not flat-footed.
okay. Then it still hits. I have a 15 right now, unless it's my AC. But yes, it's
No, it's the weasel's AC.
yeah.
All right.
That would be a
Yeah,
15.
that's another non-lethal damage.
Okay.
Neil,
Quack, quack, quack,
you
quack.
deserve this Pokemon battle.
This
Quick
is like a
question: Is it
metaphor.
my HP though, or the weasel's HP? And when the weasel's HP goes, I turn back into Makar.
When the weasel's HP goes down, you turn back into Makar
Okay, just wanted to make
while
sure.
underground.
Oh no! Just instantly crushed to death.
Okay, because I've definitely taken damage as the weasel before, but I've never gone down because we were using my HP.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so but yeah, if we're doing the weasel HP now, then Weasel Bakar just starts backing up. Actually, then yeah, with
Attack
my
of
movement, I will.
opportunity.
All right. I mean, it won't. If it's 1 damage, it won't kill me.
I'm gonna burn my nat 20.
This is great.
All right.
Death by buddy.
So
Don't you want to roll first and then burn it?
I did. I rolled a 2, so that wasn't it.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
So by the way, that first, so far you've taken 5 non-lethal damage in
I've
total.
taken 2. You said 1 damage and then another damage.
Sorry, it should have been 2 non-lethal from the first one because it was a crit.
Okay, so then I would have been at 3 right now. And then so if I take 1 more, it puts me at 4, which then turns me into my car.
Yeah, the crit.
Okay.
Because the weasel only has 4
damage.
HP.
So let's get the crit
Oh yeah,
card in.
it'll definitely turn me back. Hang on. So the wound, if you crit, that'll put me to 4, which will then poof me. Which I'm back at 0 just because I'm a car. So I'm a car now. The crit, what number?
3.
Slashing, leg swipe, double damage, and target is knocked prone.
Oh, goodbye, Makar.
Okay. Yeah, you're prone and you're stuck underground. You guys watch as these 2 feet just suddenly burst out of the ground. The rabbit then leaps out of the warren and is now on the run. Those of you who are on the surface, you may react to try and catch the rabbit.
Does the weasel only have 4 health or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just
grab
It's not
one
really
of the
supposed
baby
to be a
rabbits.
combat weasel.
I redeemed an insight bonus. Will shooting the rabbit count as tainting it with war?
No.
All right, then I'm gonna pull a gun on the rabbit.
Doesn't he want the thing
Okay,
alive
to
though?
reiterate,
He wants to
I
eat
was
it.
gonna say, yeah, he
Did
does
you
want to
want
eat
it
it
alive?
alive.
Oh,
All right, real quick from Cookie Mon Steve. Makar, you are back up to 3 hero points and have a natural 20.
Yeah!
Holy shit!
Holy shit! Nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Cookie. And also, hats off. That was very funny. Well done, Makar. That was yep.
Makai, just
thank you.
grab one of the baby rabbits now that you've destroyed the den.
I can't. I'm prone.
You
Well,
can
I'm
still
stuck.
do stuff. Stop being an idiot.
He's
Just grab one of the
Just reach
baby
out and grab
rabbits.
one.
prone.
All right,
Get
I
out of
reach
there.
out and
He's
grab a
prone.
baby rabbit.
To clarify, you are prone and pinned
Oh yeah.
because the warren wasn't big enough for you, so you're just like your arms are
Yeah.
by your
yeah.
side. A tiny baby rabbit jumps up to you and starts licking you on the nose.
RPG Dinosaur Bob has rated.
Hey, what's up, Bob?
Hey.
Thank you so much. I hope you're
All right,
doing
just
well, you
get-
bloody legend,
Bubbles
guys.
down
If
here
you want to
either.
check out a cool world builder, go check out Dinosaur Bob.
Yeah.
Just grab it in your mouth, and we'll pull you out.
How
Well,
far
the ra-
away am I from this rabbit that bursts out from underneath the ground here when these feet randomly stick out?
15 foot.
All right, I would like to try to catch it alive.
Okay. All right. You it used its action to move up, so you move up to it. Make a grapple check. Combat maneuver, CMB versus CMD.
Oh, I have a thing for that. Hold on one sec, because I have maneuver training.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I get an extra +3 to grapples. Nice. You said what am I rolling? Sorry, say that again. CMB? Is that what I'm
CMB.
rolling?
Mhm.
I knew
I'm
I got
like
this rabbit
marking.
wrangler feat for a reason.
I
29.
have the map up, and I'm marking baby rabbits dying on it. So
Sure. All right. You manage to reach out and grab hold of the rabbit. You have now captured a rabbit.
Sweet. I would like to offer it to the guy that wanted the rabbit.
Okay. With the rabbit now in hand, you bring it over to the Maladamon, who looks at the rabbit and laughs. Mwahahahaha. Thank you. This will be delightful. It holds up the rabbit, who is kicking and squirming. I presume you guys have freed Makar from the ground at some point. Just dug him out.
I was about to say, look, I'm still stuck here.
Yeah, I figured Cromwell's got that, right? I'll do the rabbit thing.
Yeah, all right, I'll pull him out.
Okay.
Bill is still
There's
outside,
no,
keeping watch.
okay. There's no what's the word? There's no moment of like, oh no, the rabbit. Think of the rabbit. Nope.
And he handed
All
it
right.
straight over.
Nope.
With
We're all hunters at heart.
Kill. All right. With a quick gulp, the rabbit disappears into the gullet of the Maladamon. Now, as this happens, he licks his lips and tells you what he means to. In the camp just across from the motor pool, where the Cossacks are, there is a goat. This goat has a name. Its
Duke.
name is. Actually, it is. It is. I'm not even joking. It's Duksha Hosa.
That's amazing.
Around his neck is a lantern. This lantern has the ability to capture and trap souls. Those who have died within the confines of the prison are kept in this lantern, souls for Rasputin to use.
Ooh.
Wait, what lantern? I thought you were talking about a goat.
Around the goat
Mhm.
snack with a lantern, I think.
Oh.
Yep. That's the one.
And we recognize this?
You recognize the goat? No.
The lantern.
The one.
Oh, the lantern? You haven't seen it. He's just telling you where you can find it.
Yeah.
Oh, and
We
he
have to
needs
go
that,
there.
or we can talk with the guy through that.
You should be able to talk with the guy through that.
Convenient.
Cool.
We're gonna go and have a look at that. So, well, those other guards will probably be back at some point, but you seem capable of looking after yourself.
He nods. Yes, I have much to chew on while I'm waiting.
Right. Well, we're gonna go then. Enjoy your meals.
I guess Kyrie stealths back out, if possible.
No, he grabs hold of you and eats you as well. No, you managed to escape.
Okay,
Campaign over.
I think if anybody in this party is tainted, it's Kyrie.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
Okay.
murder god, Jeff stuff,
Jeff stuff.
White
my blood is
Rider,
poison.
like
Yeah, he eats you. He just dies.
No, it is true. It is true. Okay. Well, you managed to escape the Maladamon, and yeah. Do you want to head towards the Cossack camp, or do you have other things you want to do?
Well, we seem to have gone full circle, Kyrie, and we're now looking for another animal.
So
Indeed,
here's
let's
the
hope this one goes better.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say you now start to understand the clues. The bone you were given represents the bones of the inventor. The lantern is now guiding you towards another lantern. But what does the
Mhm.
key mean? Whoa.
is it this key from the Baba Yaga's hut that I still have that we couldn't unlock anything in the hut with?
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is it the key to
I just
the?
have this random
Oh.
key that has been useless this entire game.
That's
I
the-
imagine
that's
we'll
the-
find out as we move.
Yeah,
That's the
Maybe it
key
gets
that
us
we
into
left the house, that shrinking house, our dungeon alchemist house.
maybe it
Back in
gets us into the
Ayrton.
goat pen.
My
Open
vote
treasure vault.
is to continue north, because the guy at the beginning said something about the wards being up, and I am wondering if that has something to do with the towers. The
Possibly.
guard tower.
Goat.
What about the goat?
Yeah, I feel like the goat is a little bit more pressing. Like the guard towers are kind of interesting, but like
Yeah, where is the goat?
The goats with the Cossacks in the tent place where the prisoners are.
See, I walked away. I didn't hear that.
Oh, and E. Area E, E1, E2.
Is it the
Yes,
key
well,
to the Baba Yaga's heart and everlasting love, whether you want it or not? Asks AK.
what?
it was a-
AKA
Maybe.
said is
Then
the
yeah,
key to the
I'm good to go to the
Maybe.
tents.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real will
Makar, are you
follow
going
along.
back to being a weasel, or are you just you now?
I don't know if I can do it a lot. I know that it originally says I can do it like 10 minutes a day or something like that. But now that I have the full set, I don't actually know if I can do like if there's anything bonus to having the full set, if I can just keep going weasel. So Dag, would I be able to keep going weasel, or is it just like a 10 minutes a day
No, you
still
can
thing?
get back to being. No,
Okay.
you can get back to being a weasel.
Yeah,
The weasel is
I'll
more
go
of a
back to weasel.
spy tool than it is wild shape.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you can.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
We
Yeah, I'll go back
immediately
to
look
being
for
a
another
weasel.
rabbit for you to fight.
Gives me a little temp HP, I guess. In that sense.
I pat the weasel and start heading that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
southbound. I'll close the doors behind us.
Probably aren't doors.
Sliding doors, like barn shed. All right, to the east.
Okay, you begin to head to the east. As you make your way towards the east, you find yourself at the edges of the Cossack camp. Let me describe that for you guys. Here we go. Okay. The flaps of a dozen canvas tents whip stiffly in the cold wind. The ground in this yard is churned by the passing of heavy horses and fire pits which dot the areas which are long since cold. Several of these tents seem to be gathered together almost like a soldier or a war camp. Traveling around these camps are what look to be mounted Cossacks, each of which are missing their heads. The head instead
Normal.
dangles on their belt, as
Ooh.
more undead seem to be maneuvering their way through here. 6 in total. Actually, you know what? Let's halve that. So let's say 3 in total, as they are now also dealing with the purple worm.
Mm.
You also see that there are, towards the back of where the Cossacks are, a number of tents which seem to have prisoners in it. These prisoners are sort of kept to one side, and there is another sort of block that looks to be a executioner's block with a giant blood-soaked axe. You figure out where they're making their undead Cossacks. And at the entrance here is what looks to be a raggedy-looking goat with rotten, maggot-infested flesh, stone-like hooves, and dead white eyes. It stands, silently chewing cud, while staked to the ground with a worn rope in a muddy circle in the middle of the Cossack camp. A lantern glows around its neck with a sickly light.
There's the ledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. There it is.
Maybe we could swap it with this
There it
lantern.
is.
Okay, that would be cool if we could.
Yeah.
Well, Kyrie, you're the stealthiest of us all.
So real asked, so quality, the group.
Mhm.
So what would we like to do? The goat is there, the lantern is there.
Well, it's just the
There are
lantern
3
that we need.
Cossacks. Also, by the way, you also see none of the Russian soldiers in this area.
I do have a ring that I can speak to animals.
That looks like a rather dead animal.
Can you speak to undead animals?
The ring does not specify. It
I will
just says
allow
animals.
the hero point to allow it.
Don't want to use a hero point.
Well,
Then no, you may not.
I guess you don't want to speak to the dead goat.
So Real just hits his hand with the ring on it and is like, oh, well, it doesn't seem to be working.
So my concern for Kyrie
Well,
doing it is just looking at
to
the map.
reiterate, you're also nowhere near the goat.
Yeah. And we have to get in the middle of camp.
Mhm.
And there's 3 at the front, so we need to sneak past them.
Yeah, well, they haven't got a head. How well could they see?
Their head's on their belt. And if they're also undead, then they could definitely see still.
Yeah, look, I'll give you an insight on that. Their perception is not, it's not bad.
Can we just
It's
walk past
definitely
them?
no, as in like it's like I'm saying
Yeah.
like just because they don't have, they've got like they've still got not bad vision.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Can you swap out the lantern, Kyrie, or is this beyond you?
Well, that's what I was saying. Is my concern is that it's wide open area. I don't know what I could theoretically stealth behind.
It's nighttime. You don't need things to be behind.
You'll be
yes,
fine.
You'll have a certain level of concealment for sure.
Okay.
Well, that's good at least.
I mean, I can be sneaky, and I have somewhat sticky fingers. So
Yeah, let's do it.
worst case, this goes
Um,
terribly, right?
Let's see. Do
And
I
yeah,
have...
then we can help you and fight. So
Is the area far enough away where I could cast a spell upon Kyrie?
If you tell me what spell and what range it is, I'll be able to answer that more accurately.
Touch and freedom of movement upon Kyrie.
If you can if you can touch Kyrie and it'll give her freedom of movement. What it'll mean is that her movements cannot be impeded by things like difficult terrain, grapple, traps, things like that. Even swimming as well.
For anyone else, did Dag's volume just go down?
Oh,
No.
sorry.
Doesn't
Yeah,
Kyrie
sure.
not suffer difficult terrain from snow anyways? I know my boots do that, but I thought maybe her.
Yeah,
I have
White
to.
armor.
if she gets, but it does mean that if she does get captured by one of the Cossacks, she doesn't need to
true.
break its grapple. She just breaks free.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All
That
right.
was kind of my that was my
Then
thought.
to
I'd
also-
say go for it then.
Then to pile on buffs for Kyrie, I will also use my speed or slow time ability, which lets me cast haste or slow and cast a haste on her.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
Sure. There you go.
Speedy rat.
I swear to God, if I roll a 1, I will cry.
I tap her on the shoulder.
It's, if you're doing stealth Kyrie, that's just a number.
Freedom of
The
movement.
1 doesn't actually matter.
I meant when I go to actually try to swap it.
Vectrin is going to use his ability to tap her on the shoulder and say, "Good luck."
That's the real magic.
Spectre just throws
Okay.
Kyrie.
Reassuring words. That's all I got.
Okay.
Hey,
You know what? Fuck
sometimes
it. I'll give it
I'm not
+1. I'll give it +1 for reassuring. Okay. With haste, I'll give a +2. With the reassuring luck, I'll give a +1. Freedom of movement won't give any penalties, any benefits, but will help you if you get caught. I need a stealth check from you. And you know what? Just beforehand, I will have the chat roll. Could chat roll exclamation D20, and you can, and you make the roll now as well. And I'll go with the third roll result. The third result.
We had 2, we had an 8.
29.
And a
And a
4.
Okay, so a 4 on the dice. What did Kyrie get for her stealth?
40?
Okay. With a 24, the Cossacks don't really notice you. They continue. Again, like I said, there's a lot of commotion, a lot of noise. You do not draw their attention as you sneak in quickly and stealthily under the shadow of the night. The spotlights are pointing outwards, giving you plenty of darkness to work with, save for the lantern coming from the goat. As you approach, however, the goat's eyes turn and immediately stare you down. It sees you, clear as day, with no problem whatsoever. And I need you to make me a will save.
All right.
Oh.
Versus
29.
Versus goat eyes.
Go to
29.
versus supernatural good.
Okay. Do I have another jinx point?
You do.
I'm going to use it. Make a
All right,
reroll.
let me.
It is a fear effect.
Fear
27.
effect. All right.
27 will fail.
Oh.
Can I use a
There it
hero
goes.
point to add +4?
You may. Okay. With that, you are, instead of being panicked, you are shaken by the presence of this creature. You realize it is no mere goat. The name Dushka Koza translates loosely to the soul goat. It is a harbinger of the dead. It is here to harbinge souls, and as it sees you and has a clear view of you, it looks like it is about to bleat. But
How
whether or not
far
it
away?
does and what happens, we'll have to wait until next week when we return to find out
Nice.
what happens to our dear infiltration and Kyrie's encounter with the goat. Thank you so much, guys, for coming and tuning in today. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I know I certainly did. I'm glad that we got to make some more progress with today.
Yeah.
You guys have found out about the inventor, about the wards, about the you guys are making really, really good headway with the clues that you guys were given. Yeah. All in all, pretty pleased. What level are you guys? 10?
12.
Oh,
Yeah.
12.
12? Okay, 12 is appropriate. 12 is good. Okay. Cool. Well, without any further ado, guys, thank you for being here and for playing along. Thank you to our sponsors, Hero Forge, Fantasy Grounds, and Sirenscape. Thank you to everyone who donated and subscribed and rated into today's stream. It means a lot and helps us out a great deal. Yeah, we have about another 2 weeks-ish before I'm back in Australia. So thank you everyone for your patience in regards to just how the games are running and things. We will be back to our usual methodologies before we know it. So yeah. Till we meet again, stay safe, stay kind, be wonderful, and no, but that's not my saying. I forgot it. My name is
Must
Michael. I'm the Dead
you?
Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times per week. And until we meet again, as always, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Bye, folks.